she's a girl. She's a girl, and the reason why I think she's a girl is because she's loyal, and women are loyal. 30% off of 20. I don't know what that is, but I know it's less than $20.
Oh, so glad you made it. I'm so glad you could come back.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique. If you're new here, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and like this video if you liked it. All right, y'all, so for today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you all some of my Sephora recommendations to pick up during the Sephora savings event, starting from October 27th through November 6th. Now, if you don't know what the Sephora savings event is, it's where they have mostly all of their products that they sell, whether it's online or in-store, offered at a discounted rate. Now, for the insiders, you all are gonna get 10% off of your purchase starting October 31st through November 6th. The IB members are gonna get 15% off of their purchase starting from October 31st through November 6th. And the Rouge members get first dibs, so they have first access to all of the sales that are gonna be happening. And theirs are going to start on October 27th through November 6th. You either get the 10, 15, or 20% off, but the Sephora collection products are all going to be 30% off. That is a really big that's a really big discount. And I have a few Sephora collection products that I want to share with you all today. If you are not new to my channel, then you already know that there are 3 products from the Sephora collection line that I own and love, and I cannot wait to share them with you all in today's video. All right, so before we get started, let me just share with you all what I have on today. These lashes, let's get into the lashes first and foremost. These are the INB Luxury Mink 3D lashes in the number 06. They're so fun, so flirty. Look at these, and they're fluffy. Yes. So this is how it comes packaged. You can find this at your local beauty supply store, and I believe these are about $4 or $5. If I can find them online, I will leave them linked down below. On my lips, I'm wearing the NYX Butter Gloss in Madeline just by itself with the ColourPop cream gel liner in Sunnyvale as my liner. My earrings are from Zara. These are gorgeous. How pretty. Oh, how pretty. I will leave these links down below. The necklace is from Amazon. The tank top is from Target. I love these tank tops. And then my denim throw-over button-down shirt is from H&M, the men's section specifically. Okay. I've broken this video up into a few different sections. We're gonna start off with primer, foundation, concealer, blush, bronzer, setting powder, and lip products and setting sprays. I wanted to make it so that way you all could pick up these products and just create your own full face of makeup, especially if you're a beginner or if you just want to test out some new products that are on the market. I have 2 primers here, and they're both by Milk Makeup. Y'all know Milk Makeup is known for their Hydro Grip Primer. This stuff is so good. I use this obviously as a primer to any and all foundations that I use. The tackiness and the grip of this product is, I feel like it's almost unmatched. Like, there's nothing on the product on the market that is like this, although there is a dupe from e.l.f. which is really good. I feel like nothing is really gonna compare to the original, but if you're on a tighter budget, I understand, but still, this is gonna be on sale, so this will be a great time for you to test this out. And most of these products that I'm gonna share with you all also come in minis, so don't feel the need to buy a full-sized amount, even though like it would be a really good time because it's still discounted. But most of these products come in minis, and I believe this comes in a mini size as well. Or is this the mini? This is the product here. As you can see, used up so much of it. This is probably like my 3rd bottle of this Hydro Grip Primer that I've already gone through. And then my other primer that I'm gonna share with you all is also by Milk, like I said, but this is their mattifying primer, the Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. Now, this is especially great for when you're trying to go for a more matte look to your makeup. I like to use this in my T-zone area, and I also like to use it during the summertime. So if you're interested in a mattifying primer, I would say check out the Milk Mattifying Primer at Sephora. All right, let's get into foundations. The first foundation that I'm gonna share with you all is going to be from NARS. This was my first foundation from NARS. It is dirty. Okay, I probably should have wiped this off, but it's cool. As you can see, this foundation is ran through. Like, there's barely any product left. And this is in the shade Namibia. This is NARS's Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation, and again, in the shade Namibia. This was my shade, I feel like I've gotten lighter. I'm not sure, but this shade appears a little too red for me, but when I was wearing it, it was the perfect finish. I loved wearing this foundation. It's definitely a foundation that I would recommend to my friends, my family, if they're interested in a foundation that's medium to full coverage, but doesn't feel like too much on the face. And this also gives like a natural, nice glow to the skin as well. I enjoyed using this foundation when it was my shade, but I found another foundation that is the perfect match for me. That is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I've talked about this foundation countless of times, and it is the perfect shade for me. This is in the shade 14. It's a great foundation. It leaves the nicest finish on your skin. It's not a mattifying foundation, but it doesn't leave the skin looking too dewy, oily, or greasy. It's the right amount of luminosity to the skin. And I love this. Again, there's a pump closure. This looks like skin. It doesn't look like I'm ever really wearing a foundation when I put on this foundation. And I like to wear this on nights out where I want to do more of like a full glam, because I would say this is medium to full coverage if you want to pack on the product. But I just love the finish that this gives, especially when I use this foundation with my e.l.f. highlighting brush. I like to use that to apply my liquid and powder foundations. So this is a foundation I would say and recommend to get for sure, especially during the sale. You know, I couldn't leave out this product. This is the Sephora Collection Matte Powder Foundation. If you've been here for a little while, you don't even need to be here that long on this channel. But if you know, I've chatted about this product in countless vlogs, and I've also talked about it in a separate video of its own featuring all of my favorite Sephora Collection products. And this is such a lifesaver. It's so easy. It goes on really nicely. The finish is really nice. What I will say though is that my natural oils tend to peek through towards the end of the day. So I wouldn't say that this is going to keep your face mattified throughout the entire day if you're using it on its own. Typically, I do like to use it with a primer, but still my face throughout the day, throughout all the hours that I'm wearing it, there are going to be my natural oils that peek out through this powder foundation. So if you want something that is mattifying, but your natural oils still kind of peek through and show a little bit and give you a more like natural glow, I would highly recommend this product. The finish is impeccable. Again, I use it with my e.l.f. highlighting brush and I love it. And it also comes with its own sponge that is placed in the product as well. I've talked about the sponge. There are two different sides to the sponge, and I discussed that I like the white side of the sponge a little bit better to apply this powder foundation. But again, you can use your own products. You can use your own tools to apply this powder foundation. And girl, this is going to be 30% off, and it's already only $20. Okay, so this is, like I said, the perfect time to test this out. 30% off of $20. I don't know what that is, but I know it's less than $20. So get it while you can. All right, I'm moving right along to concealers. Let's jump into my first concealer that I want to talk to you all about, which is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, okay? Now, I have Truffle and I have Amande, but if I have to choose between the two, I would say Truffle. I'm sorry, I almost said Amande. Amande is a little bit lighter, but the undertone of Amande doesn't necessarily suit me the greatest. I've realized that after I started using Truffle is a peach undertone, but it leaves the prettiest under eye highlight, especially for dark skin. I mean, this is definitely a concealer that, let's say if your foundation is a little too dark and you still want to brighten up the under eye area, or if you're just dark skin and you want to brighten up the under eye area without it looking too ghostly or without it looking too ashy, this is definitely a concealer that I would highly recommend you pick up and test out. Again, this also comes in a mini size, so if you don't want to purchase the full tube of this, you can definitely get the mini. This is probably like this is my second pickup of this concealer because I love it so much. And it comes with a doe foot applicator, but the color is just so pretty. The peach undertone, it almost applies a little orange, and I'm wearing it today. Also, let me just note, on my face, I am wearing the Sephora Collection Matte Powder Foundation. It is all over my face right now, and I'm also wearing the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Truffle underneath the eyes as well, along with another concealer that I'm going to share with you. But this is definitely a repurchase for me. I would purchase this again and again and again. Other concealer that I'm wearing with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is going to be the Lancome Tinty Doll Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. I have them in 3 different shades. They did send them over to me in PR, but I have the shade 500 and 550 that I want to share with you all today. The shade 500 is such a pretty under eye. It's not too bright. It's not overbearing, and it is a natural under eye brightening concealer. I could wear this on its own, but I wanted to wear the NARS Truffle one because, I don't know, I just like them combined together. But this by itself is also really great. I've worn it by itself in countless of videos as well, and I've mentioned it as well. Again, it is in the shade 500. And then here I have the shade 550. Now on the website, 550 looks super rich and dark, but it's not that deep in person unless I'm getting the numbers wrong. But this is the shade number on the back, 550. And then on the bottom, it says 62W400. So I don't really know what that's about. I don't know if there was a mix-up. On the Sephora website, if you look at the shade 550, this appears to be extremely dark, but it's not that dark, as you can see. It is not that dark. The way that I love to use the shade 550 is to clean up under my contour or like my blush area, and to give more of like a sharp, crisp look. If you watch my last vlog, that makeup that I'm wearing, you can see how chiseled my cheeks are, and it's because I use this to clean up underneath and just kind of blend out. And this is such a beautiful shade for my skin complexion. So again, the Lancome Tinty Doll concealers in the shade 500 and 550. If you are my skin tone, if you wear the shade 14 in Giorgio Armani, pick these 2 up. I don't think you'll regret it. And then the last concealer that I want to talk about is a holy grail of mine. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Butterscotch. This is the concealer that I use when I want a brighter under eye look, okay? This doesn't fail me. I've had this for a long time. You get a ton of product. Oh my gosh, you heard that? I might need to re-up because it's sounding very empty. But again, a little goes a long way. This is a medium to full coverage concealer. I would even go as far as to say that this is just a full coverage concealer, okay? Even at the bottom, it says super coverage. You don't need to play around with this concealer, and it is almost gone. I'm gonna have to re-up and get another bottle of this because I really do enjoy using it. The coverage is insane. It has a beautiful blend when you do blend it out, and it's not hard to blend out either, considering that it is a brighter concealer that I use for underneath my eyes. But Butterscotch is that girl, and need I say more? Oh, lastly, I don't have it with me, the Fenty Ease Drop Skin Tint. I was in the shade 21. I was using it when it first came out. I have a full video on it. I will leave that up above in the cards and down below in the description. But that skin tint was really good. It was really good. It was easy to apply. It was the perfect shade for me. I don't use it anymore just because I have other products that I've been loving and using more. But if you don't want a foundation, and it's not even a foundation, it's considered a skin tint, I would go as far as to say that you could build up that skin tint by Fenty. It's such a great skin tint for beginners if you're not into foundations, and it's so beautiful on the skin. All right, setting powders. Let's chat, okay? You know I gotta talk about my girl. This is the Sephora Collection Translucent Setting Powder in the shade Universal. This is a beautiful, beautiful setting powder. I have it on right now. This is what I've been using for the past couple of months. This is a beautiful translucent setting powder. And when I say translucent, it is very translucent, okay? I don't use a lot. I like to tap off the excess, but when I do use it, it just leaves the perfect finish underneath my eyes. I don't necessarily experience a lot of creasing with this powder underneath my eyes, but then again, it's like, if my under eye is gonna crease, it's gonna crease, but I feel like the products that I use prevent too much creasing at the end of the day. This is finely milled, so it's not gonna leave chunks of setting powder underneath your eye. It's going to leave you the most flawless, look at me, flawless underneath. It's undetectable. I would highly recommend you pick this up, and again, it is going to be 30% off, and this is originally only 15 bucks, okay? So get in where you fit in at. Yeah. Next up is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This was in the tone medium deep. As you can see, it is completely empty. It's done, babe. It's done. It's done. It's done. What are we chatting about? It's over. It's over. Done. This is a great setting powder for all over your face or even a little bit underneath the eyes if you wanted to tone down a bright concealer. I would highly recommend this. It's a beautiful finish. I've also had Laura Mercier setting powder in Honey, I believe, which is a little more yellow, but it's not as bright as their translucent setting powder, and it is gorgeous as well. So between Honey and the medium deep, I would say if you want something for underneath your eyes and you're not afraid to have it be a little bit more bright, I would say get Honey, and then medium deep you can also test out for all over your face or underneath your eyes for a setting powder as well. One size setting powder, this is that girl. She's really good. She leaves a beautiful finish underneath the eyes as well. Again, I got the mini version because I just wanted to test it out. This is in the shade Translucent. There is a pink one, I believe. I haven't fallen into the pink under eye setting powder trend, but I heard it's really good. I heard it's really good, so I may have to test it out. But again, this is in the shade Translucent, and it works really, really well underneath the eyes. Now, right before I started to obsess over the Sephora collection setting powder, I was using the Fenty setting powder, and this is in the shade Cashew. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but I've gone through it. There's still a bit of powder left, but the Fenty setting powder is really nice too. This has a beautiful finish as well. I would say it's comparable. I would say the Sephora collection setting powder is comparable to the Fenty one, where it leaves a really nice matte under eye look without it being too noticeable or harsh. Bronzer. This is the only bronzer that I have to recommend because it's the only one that I own. This is the Sephora collection micro smooth all over face powder. This is such a beautiful, beautiful shade for me to work with as a bronzer. This is in the shade Hazelnut. I love this down. Okay, I love this down. You can use this all over your face. You can use it as a bronzer, a contour. It is multifaceted, and it's in the name. It's multitasking, okay? So you can use this for whatever you choose, but I love this shade as a bronzer. It's the most nice, subtle bronzer that I could use for my face. It's not too overbearing. It's not really, really red, but it does have a nice red undertone to it when I do use it when I do use it for a bronzer. I'm wearing it today, but I do have a bit of blush on, so it might be a little overbearing. You might not be able to see it, but this is definitely a bronzer that I go for every single time that I'm wearing makeup. It's unmatched. I use it also as a bronzer for my nose, and I also use this all over the eyelids just to give my eyelids a flush of color. This is the Milk concealers. These are the Future Fluid concealers, I believe that they're called. I was sent these in PR, I want to say like a year ago. When I tell you these concealers are so good. I have them in a few different shades. Now let me get into them. The first shade that I have, this is in the shade 29N. I use this as a contour color. Contour me down, babe. I use 29N as a contour color. This is a beautiful, rich, deep chocolate color. Other shade that I have is in 24N. This is a under eye concealer that I like to use. I mean, I've used this up, okay? I have used this down, all right? When they first sent it over to me, I was using this often. Every time I did my makeup, I would use this. Now, this is a neutral undertone, so I would use it underneath my eyes, but I found as I started to wear it a little bit more, it started to look a little gray, and maybe it was the concealer or the setting powder that I was using, but it started to appear a little gray, on the gray side. And then lastly, I have the shade 27W, which is my shade for my face. I like to use this to spot correct if I want to cover up like a blemish. This is the concealer that I would reach for to cover some of the dark marks that I had on my face. Blush. Rare Beauty did her thing. Rare Beauty did her thing. Rare Beauty did her thing. This is such a beautiful blush. I'm wearing it today. I don't know if you all can tell, but I do like to use this to underpaint. This is such a pigmented blush. It's only $23. You're gonna get whatever percentage off of that, and it is in the shade Faith. Beautiful, beautiful color. This is a beautiful color for all year round. You can use it especially during the fall because it is a deep plum color, but you can use it during the summer months, spring, winter, it doesn't matter. This is a beautiful shade, and I am so happy to have this because it works so well, and I understand the hype. I get it. Setting spray time. Let's get into it. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. As you can see, it is empty. There's nothing left because this is definitely a setting spray that I would use when I want a dewy, glowy look. If you want a mattifying, if you want a more mattified face, I got something for you. But for now, for the girls that like a glowy, dewy look, especially when the temperatures are dropping and you want more of like a glowy look, you don't want too much of a mattifying face because the air's already dry outside. This is a great setting spray to have, and especially because it's a part of the Hydro Grip line. Like this is going to set your makeup in place all day. That's what I loved about this setting spray, but I also loved it because it was one of the only setting sprays that I had that I knew if I put it on, it would leave me with a glowy finish, okay? Not just, you know, like when you spray something on your face like a setting spray, it's wet for the time being, but once it dries up, your face is back to matte. This, okay, listen, telling you, if you want a glowy face, this is going to be your girl, okay? So yeah, this is what it looks like. And the mist, when I did have stuff in there, it's really nice. You could just mist it on your face and go about your day, but love this. Again, there's nothing in there, and I believe there's a mini size, so you can test it out as well. Matte, baby, matte, honey. One size, okay? One size Until Dawn setting spray. This is genius. I don't know what's in this. It's like a magic potion. This is going to stay on your face, all right? Be a little careful when you're putting it on because it does come out a little harsh, but once you get through it, babe, you're set. Your makeup is not going anywhere, I promise. I don't remember the last time I've used a setting spray that was this good, that allowed my makeup to stay on all day. Urban Decay All-Nighter setting spray. Now that's a holy grail, babe. Like, you can't go wrong with that setting spray. You can also get that at Sephora. But one size up the ante when they came out with this because she's a girl. She's a girl, and the reason why I think she's a girl is because she's loyal, and women are loyal. This is a loyal setting spray. And she's pink and red, like, hello. It's a really good setting spray, so much so that usually they're typically sold out. So I would say jump on it when you can. I don't even know if I'll tell you to wait until the savings event, because if you wait, it might be sold out, but get in there. Get in the queue. Get this, okay? Mini size as well for traveling, but especially the big size because you're probably gonna love it if you like a set mattified look. Lastly, holy grail, Mario Badescu's facial spray. This isn't necessarily a setting spray, it's a facial spray, but I love it. I put it on my face today. I've been using this setting spray for years. I've purchased so many of them. Like, Mario Badescu did their thing with this setting spray. I've purchased this in the aloe cucumber and green tea, the herb rose water one as well. I mean, they smell really good, and I typically always get the big bottle because I know I'm gonna run through this thing. And I like to use this to refresh my makeup as well during the day, for my nighttime skincare routine or for my morning skincare routine, depending on how I'm feeling. I'll use this at the end of everything just to give my face some hydration, to make it feel good. Just the feeling of this spray on my face, uncomparable. I love it. Love Mario Badescu's facial spray. Lastly, we're going to be talking about some glosses. I have a few here. The first one is going to be the Lancome Juicy Tube. I was sent this in PR. This is good. This is good. It is hydrating. It is long-lasting. I'm not joking. It is a long-lasting lip gloss. It can be a little sticky once applied, but it is good. It's going to stay on your lips all day. Next up, I've chatted about this before. This is the Merit Tinted Lip Oil in the shade Bel Air, or it was in the shade Bel Air, which is a clear lip oil. But man, this is a really great lightweight lip oil. It's not sticky, but it's long lasting. You have options when it comes to lip glosses and the way that you want them to feel on your lips with this Merit lip oil. Okay, I can't find them at the moment, but there's two other lip glosses that I want to share with y'all. One of them being the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Hot Chocolate Heat, the heat kind. It is really, really nice. I mean, that is a lip gloss that I use when I don't need a flush of color on my lips. I just want something nice and glowy. It just leaves my lips looking glowy and wet, and I really, really like that feel. I really like that look with the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Hot Chocolate. And then the Ami Collet lip oil in Reflection. That is a thick, long-lasting, hydrating lip gloss. Okay? That is a lip gloss that she doesn't play around. She doesn't do a lot of this. She just does it. I just need to pick up one in a different shade, and I just feel like I need to have one in a different shade. Those are all of my Sephora recommendations, especially with the sale coming up really soon. But there are a few products that I have my eye on that I want to share with you all. So one of them being Summer Fridays. I feel like I need to try Summer Fridays lip glosses. There is a kit where you can get a few of them. Like, I think they're like minis for $25, $26. I'm interested in that. I think I'm gonna look into those because I love a good hydrating lip gloss, and I've already heard so many good things about Summer Fridays lip glosses. Next up is some more Rare Beauty blushes. Okay, I have a reel on Instagram that I shared featuring just the Rare Beauty blush and Faith, and the girls were saying, hey, listen, Rare Beauty's blushes, that girl. And there's an orange shade that I'm thinking about getting, so we'll see. I'll look into that a little bit more, but I love the one in Faith so much that I wouldn't be surprised if I picked up another Rare Beauty blush for sure. And the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Everybody is chatting about this, especially the duo of the One Size Until Dawn setting spray and the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Those two together, people are saying that that is a match made in heaven. So I feel like I need to get my hands a little touchy touch on the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray and see what that's all about. I also want to see about picking up some more Sephora collection products. So yeah, those are the products that I have my eye on that I can think of at the top of my head. If I think of some more, I will leave them down below in the description box. But everything that I mentioned in today's video will be linked down below in the description box. If you're interested in purchasing any of these items, again, just wait for the sale and shop during the sale, because that's the perfect time to either replenish what you ran out of or to just try something new and, you know, start up your little makeup journey. Sephora is a great store to shop from. They have a variety of things. Let me know what you are thinking about getting during the Sephora sales event. What do you have your eye on? I would love to know. I don't know, maybe I might be influenced to get something that y'all recommend in the comments, because I love a good sale. It doesn't matter who it's from. A sale is a sale. A win is a win. Let me know what you think. Like this video if you liked it, and I will see you all in part 2 of my Sephora sale savings event, where I'll be talking about perfumes and skincare. All right, y'all. Bye, y'all.